And here we go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and we are back once again for another review of Marvel's Inhumans, and this time we're taking a look at episode number 6, entitled The Gentleman's Name is Gorgon. So, honestly, where to start with this episode would be that it's the best one that Inhumans has had yet. By far the most happening, by far the least superfluous characters out there. We finally got to see Karnak and Gorgon fighting side by side, and that was a lot of fun. We actually had some indication of why Karnak is thought of as the greatest warrior of the Inhumans when he and Gorgon take on Auron's goons, and just how much fear was resonating from Auron and all of her reinforcements that she got from Maximus on Attilan. There is also an effective use of a flashback finally, where Gorgon is training Maximus, and it actually allows him to show some of the ways that he is such a cunning weasel as opposed to the rather large and whining wimp he's presented as. Maximus truly does suck, and not because he's a detestable villain. Iwan Rheon has lost whatever magic that he had in Game of Thrones. It is truly a bad performance. Maybe it's his accent, but he has been less than effective. One other thing that really intrigued me was Mortis's backstory. We get some light shed on him and his pain and anguish over being imprisoned for his deadly gift while Black Bolt became king. It's a story that actually could have had some emotional heft to it, and I really wish it could have been explored more. They were finally able to make the emotional stakes upped by making a casualty of one of the biggest names in Inhumans canon, but again, it largely feels toothless because of the build of Gorgon's character. They had finally started advancing his character in this episode, and made him one of the more engaging and endearing parts of the show, only to kill him off in an attempt to up the ante, and that really sucks. But I will say this, at least it shakes up the series that has been very paint by the numbers so far. I think that Gorgon's sacrifice largely didn't attain the desired effect. It was a little sad, but his development was hardly more than the lovable, tough oaf, and never got more than surface level, and it really did lessen the impact of the character and his demise. Gorgon started out as a really cool character, and then, just like every other character in the show, we've just been doing nothing with them. The royal family has felt largely inconsequential. So much of the characters and happenings of this show have been completely useless. Dave and Louise at least existed enough to help the royal family see that not all Inhumans are a piece of crap, even if their characters were both really dull. But Sammy and Dr. Declan ended up being completely pointless. After they were rescued, they just disappeared. Karnak's romance with Jesse the drug smuggler never factored into the greater conflict with Maximus, so was that really needed? No. Also, Gorgon's friendship with the tough-as-nails Islanders never led anywhere. There was simply too much spinning of its wheels to keep things interesting, and the series has spent its entire time neutering its characters, probably because of budget constraints, but nothing about the Inhumans has been presented as special or fantastical, and that is why The Gifted has seemed so much more awe-inspiring. Even if a shoestring budget is a part of both of those shows, The Gifted at least makes all of its characters feel important. And there is many more characters on The Gifted than there is on Inhumans. And that is why there are so many issues with this show. With that being said, everything is a lot more fun this week. Gorgon and Karnak working together, the royal family finally starting to get together, even though, my god, Crystal and her boyfriend Dave are still really bad. Thank god that's over. The drama with the girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend of Dave, thank god that's over. Maybe now we can kind of streamline these last 2 episodes. It really does suck that we lost Gorgon, who seemed to be one of the more endearing parts of the show. So hopefully, maybe in the last 2 episodes, we can get a little bit better drama, and we can start opening up these powers that the Inhumans have. Maybe they've held back the budget until right now. Hopefully we can get a miraculous recovery for Gorgon as well, as he is one of the few redeemable aspects of this show. This week has been a fairly fun and enjoyable episode though. Despite all my nitpicks, a lot of that is just residuals that have been carried over from this entire season. If I was going to score this week's episode of Marvel's Inhumans, I would give it a pretty solid 6 out of 10. Like I said, guys, it was a pretty fun episode, a perfectly enjoyable episode. There is a lot of issues with this show, and this episode still carried a lot of that over. And the weight of Gorgon's sacrifice was really not felt as much as it could have been because of the way this show and the trajectory of it has been presented so far this season. But, like I said before, there's still a couple of episodes left to continue to turn this around. This was a good step in the right direction, so hopefully we can continue that. Guys, tell me what you thought of the latest episode of Marvel's Inhumans in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and of course, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because it's not hard. Just a click of that mouse, or that trackpad, or your iPad, or whatever, man. Anyways, no, please, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe so you can come back and watch more of these videos. I definitely appreciate your support. I love you guys very much. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching this. My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros. And as always, my friends, have yourselves a super week.